Hello, everyone. I'll be teaching for Shay today. I will try so hard to live up to the legendary class of Yoga, but let's set the bar a little bit lower. We're going to start class today with our knees wide on the mat, starting in that child's pose position, walking our hands forward, taking those deep breaths. Feel free to invite movement, rocking your hips side to side, or allow yourself to find stillness, as long as it feels comfortable to you. As you're breathing, allow your eyes to close. Feel your hands to soften as they rest gently in front of you or at your sides. You have the option to let your palms face down, expressing groundedness, or flipping your palms up to the ceiling, a position of receiving. That freedom is up to you, and whatever you choose as your theme for today's practice. Might try walking your fingertips a little bit further forward on every inhale, feeling that stretch through your shoulders, letting your chest sink deeper and closer to the mat through every exhale. We'll begin today with a little breathing exercise. Taking deep, cleansing breaths. You can try box breathing here. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold, and repeat. We're breathing in through our nose, expanding our belly, feeling the air hit our lungs and the friction within the back of your throat. Gently expelling the air through the mouth, softly, in control. Notice yourself become more aware of your breathing, starting to connect your mind and body to your breath. Notice your senses become more magnified, becoming more aware of what you're physically feeling. You can try wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, feeling your forearms pressed into the mat, letting this awareness settle within. Begin questioning what your intentions with today's practice are. Is this a physical purpose? Or are you looking for a feeling? What are you hoping to find within today? Notice your breath travel all the way through your back, the rise and fall of your chest. Begin visualizing your intentions, trying to see it so vividly you could almost believe it's true. What does this intention look like for you? Starting to relax your face. Let the tensions fall off as you replace it with the energy that begins to light up through heart center. Letting this become your anchor point through today's class. And as you notice yourself starting to lose focus, come back to this feeling that you have now. And within your next breath, gently let your hips rise, walking your hands forward, slowly falling into that puppy pose. Letting your shoulders expand a little bit further, finding depth through your upper back. Option to rotate your palms to the ceiling and gently lift your forearms up. letting your spine lengthen. And on your next deep breath in, we're going to lower our palms back down to the mat, lifting ourselves up to find that tabletop position. Shoulders stacked over the heels of our palms, hips stacked over knees. We're going to take a few spine circles, waking up the back, using your creative freedom here. No need to feel silly. Just looking for that stretch. Use that breath, whatever that may look like to you. And as we take one more deep breath in, we're going to find center and stillness, flat back. Taking one deep breath in, arching downward, expanding through the chest, lifting the nose to the ceiling. Holding at the top, find that anchor point. Exhale, engaging through the core, lifting up through the belly and the navel, letting your ribs meet your hips, pushing through the heels of your palms. Doing this with your breath at a pace that feels comfortable to you, finding those cat-cows. Expanding through the belly, lifting through the core, pushing through the palms, trying to increase that depth with every breath. On your next exhale, we're flattening our backs, lifting through the core. Curl your toes underneath of you. Lift those hips in the air, pushing through the heels of your palms, rising all the way to downward facing dog. Pedaling out your feet, waking up the backs of your legs. Slowly working towards making your ribs meet the tops of your thighs, pushing back. Keeping a slight bend in those elbows, keeping the pressure off your wrist joints. The overarching theme of today's class will be a grounding flow. So on your next breath, go ahead and walk your feet to your hands all the way into a forward fold. Slight bend in those knees if you need to. Feel free to hook onto those elbows if that feels comfortable for you. Just looking for length through that spine here. Holding for another deep breath in. Exhale, rolling up vertebra by vertebra, reaching overhead, coming all the way to standing, looking for that length through your fingertips. Feel free to take a few side bends here, waking up both left and right side body. Paying attention to the muscles here. What does that stretch feel like? Does it feel the same, both left and right side? Planting our feet firmly in the ground, gripping through all four corners of our foot. We're slowly lowering, shifting our hips back, engaging through the quads, feeling that strength in the legs, length through the fingers. Deep breath in, letting the muscles activate. Squeezing through the core. Deep breaths. On our next exhale, we're sweeping forward. Find that forward fold once more. Keeping a slight bend in those knees. Slowly lowering, palms meet in mat, stepping back. Finding that high plank. Palms directly under our shoulders, core is strong, flat back. Slowly letting those knees fall to the mat, shins meeting earth, elbows tucked close to your sides, and letting your belly meet the floor. Wrapping yourself up onto your forearms, finding that Sphinx pose. Gently adjusting to this stretch. If you're looking for a deeper stretch, you can prop yourself up all the way. Taking those deep breaths. Going at a pace that's comfortable for you. Feel free to look over each shoulder. Finding that depth. One more deep breath in, we're lowering back down, pushing ourselves up till we find that tabletop position. Go ahead and curl your toes underneath of you. Core is engaged and strong. We're lifting our hips back up to find that downward dog. Again, pedaling out our feet, feeling a deeper stretch in the backs of our legs. Taking deep breaths. And on that next exhale, we're picking our left foot up, lifting it into the sky, three-legged dog. Pushing our hips back, slight bend in that elbow. Feeling a deeper stretch through that right leg. Option to bend that knee, lift that hip a little higher. If you're looking for a deeper hip stretch here. One more deep breath in. Go ahead and bring that knee to chest, stepping that foot between left and right hand. Coming into that lunge position, windmilling our hands up. Again, looking for length through those fingertips. Stretching those hips, staying grounded through that front foot, engaging quad and glute. Knee stacked over ankle. Finding that focus, finding that anchor point again through the stillness of your breath. Planting that back foot down, straightening that front leg, bringing palms to top of thigh. Looking for that balance, finding your center of gravity. Deep breaths. As you start to become more comfortable in this stretch, feel free to challenge yourself, walking your hands a little bit further down your leg. You might even meet the floor. And doing what's comfortable and happy for you and your body. Holding again for one deep breath before rebending that knee, lifting up, windmilling those hands in the air, length through fingertips. Twisting those hips to meet the wall to your right, finding warrior two. Keeping that back strong, knees stacked over ankle, core is engaged, pelvic floor is lifted up and in. Bringing this awareness to your body and exploring this feeling with your mind. Go ahead and take another deep breath. Windmill that left hand over your head, reverse warrior. Breathing through the left side of your body now. Feeling that energy generate. Exploring that breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Exhale, windmill, right hand overhead, forearm to top of left thigh. Side angle stretch. Still exploring those deep breaths. Every inhale, looking for length through those fingertips. At every exhale, we're settling further and deeper into that stretch. When you're ready, we're going to let palms meet floor once more. Step that left foot back. Again, finding that downward dog. Holding here for just one breath. Letting the muscles relax. And walking our feet back to our palms, finding that forward fold. Before we repeat the same flow for the other side now. Paying attention to how left side feels versus right side. Is it the same? Is it different? Is there tension? Is there stress? Go ahead and take one more deep breath in, rolling that spine vertebra by vertebra. Fingertips reach up to ceiling. Find that length. Expanding through the chest. Feel free to take side bends here as well if that feels comfortable to you. Become aware of your feet and their grounding, gripping the mat with your toes, sending your hips back, knees bending, slowly coming into that chair pose. Feeling the quads and the glutes activate. Fingers still looking for length. Taking those deep belly breaths, squeezing through the core. Another deep breath in, folding over those knees, forward fold. Hands planted on the mat, stepping back, find high plank. Shoulders stacked over your wrists, slight bend in those elbows. Let those knees fall to the mat, shins meeting the earth, uncurling those toes. Elbows are tucked tight to your sides as you slowly let your belly fall as well. Deep breath in, lifting up onto those forearms, finding that Sphinx pose. Becoming aware of your breathing and how it has changed. Option to push all the way up onto those palms. Looking over either shoulder, feel that stretch through left and right side body. As you lower back down onto your forearms, exhale, lifting those hips up. Again, finding that tabletop position. Toes curling underneath of you, slight bend in those elbows. We're lifting our hips high into the air, feeling length through the tailbone. Should feel like someone's taken a string, attached it to your glutes, and is pulling you up. Ribs slowly pushing into tops of thighs, sending your center of gravity back, keeping less pressure on your wrists. And on your next breath, lifting right leg up, pointing it into the air, three-legged dog. Option to bend that knee, twist those hips. Trying to get the heel of your foot to reach your glutes, sending that knee a little higher in the air. Shoulders still parallel to the floor beneath you. Slowly bringing knee to chest, stepping between left and right palm. Staying grounded through that foot, lifting hands into the air. Again, looking for length through those fingertips, letting your hips adjust. Knee stacked over ankle. Deep breaths in. Expanding through heart center. Comparing how you feel on this side to how you felt on the other side. Their length. Bringing those palms to the top of your thighs, straightening out front leg. Looking for that balance, staying grounded through your feet. As you slowly start to adjust to this stretch, feel free to reach further down your leg. Maybe you reach all the way for the floor, whatever is comfortable for you and your balance. Again, taking those deep breaths, letting yourself adjust. Allowing yourself to find those brain scans. Top of your head, shoulders, hips, toes. Rebending that front knee. Hands lifting up. Again, crescent lunge. Link for one deep breath in. Twisting those hips. Warrior two. Knee stays stacked over your ankle. We're engaging through the core, pelvic floor. It is lifted up and in. Reaching through both left and right side. Chest is open. Heart is lifted towards ceiling. Lifting right hand overhead. Left hand lowers down. Left leg, reverse warrior. Feeling that stretch shift in your hips. Again, looking for length through your fingertips. Expanding through the chest. Trying not to close yourself up. Another deep breath in. Windmilling right forearm, top of right leg. Side angle stretch. Enter through all four corners of your front foot. Taking those deep breaths, relaxing the mind. Letting the body know it's okay to relax. Windmilling both hands back down to the mat, stepping back with that foot. High plank. Again, lowering those knees down to the mat, but coming all the way into that tabletop position. Kicking that left leg out beside you like a kickstand, reaching up with the left arm, expanding through the chest. Taking those breaths, letting yourself relax. On your next inhale, finding length threading through your right arm. Feeling that stretch for your inner thigh. Trying to reach a little bit further with those fingertips. Gently settle here. Allow yourself to sink further to the floor. One more deep breath in, lifting left hand up, reaching sky, trying to further expand through the chest, reaching a little bit further back than you did the first time. And lowering down, let hands meet mat, tucking that left leg back into tabletop position, kicking the right out, doing the same for the other side. Hand reaches in air, length towards ceiling, reaching through the fingertips, expanding through the chest, opening up heart center. Finding that focus, that anchor point that we had in the beginning of class. Where are your intentions for today? Exhale, threading that hand through deepening your stretch. Again, you might try walking your fingertips a little bit further as you adjust, paying attention to the stretch through your inner thigh. Letting your shoulders fall further to the floor, relaxing the hips. One more deep breath in, lifting back up, reaching, finding length through the fingertips, expanding just a little bit further than you did the first time. Let your body adjust. One more deep breath in. Exhale, hand to mat, letting your hips fall back, feet landing in front of you, just in front of the glutes. Slowly roll your spine all the way down to the mat. Go ahead and kick your right leg up, bringing the outside of your ankle to meet the top of your left thigh. Feel free to stay here if this stretch feels good to you. Or you have the option to grab the back of your left hamstring or your left shin, gently pulling that leg closer to you. You're welcome to rock side to side if that feels comfortable. Paying attention to the stretch, where do you feel it? Can you pull your leg closer to you? Finding one more big deep breath in. Go ahead and send your hands to either side of your body, shoulders planted on the mat, gently letting your hips rock to the left. Bringing awareness to the shift in that stretch. Where's their tension now? Where do you feel relaxed? Noticing the twist through your spine. One last deep belly breath before we rock back up to center, unhooking right leg from left, lifting our left leg and hooking it over our right. Again, feel free to stay here if this stretch is enough for you, or try to grab onto the back of that leg or shin, gently pulling it closer to you, with the freedom to rock side to side if you choose. Letting your mind rest. One more deep breath in, gently pulling closer to you, sending your hands to either side of your body and letting the hips fall to the right. Does this feel the same? Does it feel different? Is there more tension or less tension? Is it easier or harder than it was before? Gently breathing into this stretch to let your mind know it's safe and okay to relax. Taking one last deep breath in, legs finding center, unhooking left leg from right, bringing the soles of your feet together. One hand over your heart, the other over your stomach. We're going to meet here for our last few breaths of class today. Taking this time Bring awareness to all four corners of your body. You might try wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Feel the back of your head pressed into the mat, the rise and fall of your chest as you slowly allow yourself to sink further and further into the floor. Again, you might try box breathing here. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold, and repeat. Setting your intentions for the rest of today, letting go of all that tension and stress built up throughout the day. Slowly building the reality you want and you deserve. Taking one more deep breath in. That's going to bring us to the end of today's class. Feel free to stay and stretch. I went a little over today, so I'm sorry, but next time I promise I will not. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and we hope to see you again on Thursday.